Honorable arena authorities, countries' representatives, panelists, and participants, good afternoon. I want to thank Irina for convening this event and inviting me to share Colombia's perspectives on the key actions that need to be taken to achieve a successful transition to net zero in the energy sector. I want to start by mentioning that Colombia has been implementing a policy of low carbon development and is preparing its long-term strategy under the Paris Agreement to be net zero by 2050, as was announced by President Duque during the 2019 Climate Action Summit. This is aligned with the mitigation goal of Colombia's updated nationally determined contribution communicated last December, in which we commit to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 51% by 2030, therefore setting off the promise of an accelerated, sustainable, and resilient development, especially through actions that fight deforestation, Colombia's main source of emissions. This announcement defines Colombia's high climate ambition and states its claim on climate leadership in Latin America. Indeed, we're one of the few countries that have honored the pledge of revising and enhancing our NDC. By doing so, we want to raise awareness of the urgency to take forceful actions to prevent further warming and the need to keep temperature increase below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Colombia is highly vulnerable to the effects of climate change, such extreme weather events. Last November, Hurricane Iota had devastating effects in the Colombian Caribbean region. From the mining and energy sector, we are devoted to achieving this challenging goal. We will contribute to the national target by reducing our emissions on 11.2 metric tons of CO2 by 2030, representing a 28% reduction of the sector total emissions. Also, we were the first ministry in Colombia with a comprehensive climate change management plan. And additionally, the ministry is leading a carbon-neutral electricity sector alliance, which seeks to articulate private companies to adopt carbon neutrality by 2050 voluntarily. For reaching net zero by 2050, our flagship strategy within the sector is to diversify our energy generation mix and expand the participation of variable renewables and encourage the development of new technologies such as hydrogen, large-scale energy storage, geothermal, carbon capture and use, among others. In 2022, Colombia will have increased its variable renewable capacity by 50 times compared to 2018, which means that at least 12% of our power will come from these renewable sources. Since the beginning of our government, our approach has been to provide enabling conditions to make the energy transition a reality for Colombia. For this, we have established fiscal incentives, a robust regulatory framework, and suitable financing schemes to raise the appetite of investors. We held two successful energy auctions in 2019 and will be holding a third in 2021. Furthermore, we are focusing our endeavors in determining the country's potential for the development of green hydrogen, considering the abundance of sun, wind, and water as renewable resources that are key to producing this clean fuel. We partner also with the Inter-American Development Bank to define a 30-year roadmap to establish a national hydrogen market, evaluating possible sources of green and blue hydrogen in the country, market opportunities in different segments, and export possibilities. This roadmap will be ready in the second quarter of 2021. These initiatives have positioned Colombia as an active participant in the Green Hydrogen Working Group at the World Energy Council as well. Finally, I would like to highlight that Colombia is thinking of hydrogen as a regional ambition that would support the RELAC goal, which stands for 70% of renewable energy in Latin America by 2030. We have discussed with the Chilean government about the importance to accelerate the development of hydrogen-based technologies in Latin America, and we also celebrate that countries like Brazil and Argentina are already working in determining their national hydrogen potential. Thank you very much.